I'm writing this from a hotel room in San Diego, staring at the ugliest floral bedspread I've ever seen, still shaking so badly my fingers can barely hit the keys. I feel sick, actually sick. Like my body hasn't realized the nightmare is real yet. I flew out here last night thinking I was going to surprise my fiancé with a romantic weekend trip and finalize some venue tours for our upcoming wedding. I never imagined I'd end up discovering an entirely different life he had been living, or that the man I thought I knew better than anyone had legally married someone else in another country while still engaged to me. My fiancé, or whatever he is now, was named Nathan Reyes. We've been together for almost 4 years, engaged for 1. I met him when he came into the accounting firm I work at needing help with his small business taxes. He was charming, handsome, grounded. At least that's what I believed. For the entire first year we dated, he was the most attentive partner I had ever had, flowers every week, date nights, little handwritten notes left on the counter. He made me feel safe, certain, like life was finally settling into place. Which is why everything feels so violently upside down now. Yesterday morning, I finished work early and finished packing my suitcase while Nathan was already in Phoenix, supposedly on a guy's retreat with his coworkers before our wedding planning kicked into high gear. I had planned the perfect surprise: fly to San Diego, pick up the rental car he reserved for us next week, and surprise him with a cute couple's photo shoot on the beach. I landed at Lindbergh Field around 6:40 p.m. and turned on my phone. There was a missed call from an unknown number. No voicemail. I ignored it. I was too busy imagining Nathan's reaction when I walked into our Airbnb. But then it rang again, same number. I almost let it go to voicemail, but something told me to answer. A woman's voice said, "Is this Megan Turner?" "Yes," I said, confused. She took a breath so shaky it made my stomach tighten. "You don't know me. My name is Elena. I'm calling because I think your fiancé is married to me." The world stopped. Everything around me, the airport noise, rolling luggage wheels, someone shouting to their kid, all of it suddenly felt muffled, far away. Like I was underwater. I managed. I think you have the wrong person." She didn't. In a quiet, trembling voice, she told me she married a man named Nathan in Cabo San Lucas 9 months ago. She sent me photos while we were on the phone. There he was. Nathan, in a linen suit, standing under an arch of white flowers, wedding band on his hand. Next to him, smiling beautifully in a lace dress, was Elena. My legs almost gave out right there in the baggage claim. I whispered, "This isn't real." But it was. She had the marriage certificate, the resort invoice, the photos, the videos. She hadn't meant to call me originally. She found my number because she'd gone through his bag and found a letter addressed to Nathan and Megan, catering estimate. She Googled my name, found our engagement website, saw the photos of us kissing under fireworks. She said she had been shaking ever since. She thought maybe she misunderstood. Maybe I was a relative. Maybe the catering was for a work event. Until she scrolled further and saw my engagement ring. The captions like, "Can't wait to marry the love of my life." She said her heart cracked open. Mine completely shattered. I asked her how they even met. She told me they met at a conference in Los Cabos. Started a long-distance relationship. He told her he traveled for business, so disappearing for a few days was normal. He told me the same thing, except his business trips were apparently Phoenix, not Mexico with his secret wife. I paced outside the airport while Elena cried on the phone, apologizing even though none of this was her fault. She told me she confronted Nathan 2 days ago. He denied everything. Said I was a crazy ex he no longer talked to. Said she was ruining his life. Said I was the one stalking him. I felt nauseous. I asked where Nathan was right now. She said he told her he was going to a coworker's bachelor weekend. She didn't believe him anymore. Neither did I. I asked for her address. She gave me her location in Chula Vista. I told her I was coming. I didn't think. I just grabbed my suitcase and got in an Uber. When she opened the door, she looked like she hadn't slept in days. Her eyes were red, her hands trembling. She was petite with long dark curls, wearing shorts and an oversized t-shirt. She stared at me like she was looking at a ghost. We didn't hug. We didn't speak at first. We just stared at each other, two women with the same man's fingerprints all over their lives, and the reality hit us both so hard that tears started before words did. She eventually motioned for me to come inside. Her apartment was small but warm, full of plants and candles and soft blankets, the kind of place a man like Nathan would pretend to appreciate but secretly judge. On her coffee table were printed emails, receipts, screenshots, photos, all proof of the life she lived with him. And I realized she was me. I was her. We were living the same storyline in two different cities. We talked for almost 3 hours. Compared timelines. Compared stories. Compared lies. Every single one of his business trips made perfect sense now. Every delay. Every dead battery. Every time he said he fell asleep early. Every extra charge on his credit card. Every moment he was off. It all lined up like a grotesque puzzle. We were both engaged to the same man. Except she had a legally signed marriage certificate. She even had the ring to prove it, a simple gold band with their date engraved inside, November 9th, 23. 9 months ago. Which means while he was marrying her in Mexico, I was back home making him his favorite dinner because he told me he had a long day at the office. I felt like I was going to vomit. Elena asked if I still wanted to talk to him. I did. Not because I wanted answers, but because I wanted to hear his voice tremble when he realized his entire double life had finally crashed down around him. We FaceTimed him from her phone. He answered immediately, smiling like everything was perfectly normal. He froze when he saw me beside Elena. He said nothing. His face turned the color of chalk. Nathan's face on the screen shifted from shock to panic to something uglier. His mouth opened, but nothing came out at first, like his brain was buffering. Finally, he stammered. Megan? What are you? Why are you with her? Elena sat forward, her voice low but steady. Nathan, we both know why. He swallowed hard, eyes darting back and forth like he was searching for an escape hatch. This isn't what you think. I cut him off. You married her. His jaw clenched. I repeated it louder. You married her. He rubbed his forehead like we were the ones stressing him out. Okay, just calm down. Let me explain. Explain? Explain what? How he managed to juggle 2 fiancés and a secret marriage on international soil. How he looked Elena in the eyes and said, I do, then flew home to kiss me and tell me I was his forever. I felt something inside me snap. Not anger, not heartbreak, something deeper. A severing. Explain? Are you out of your mind? I said. You married another woman while planning a wedding with me. Elena glared at him with tears in her eyes. And you told me she was a stalker. A delusional ex. Nathan shifted in his seat. Okay, look, I didn't want either of you to get hurt. Elena blinked in disbelief. You married me. What exactly did you think was going to happen? He let out a pathetic laugh. It was complicated. I nearly threw her phone. You think committing bigamy in another country is complicated? He massaged the bridge of his nose. I didn't think she'd find out. I didn't think you'd find out. I was trying to figure out how to manage us. Elena snapped. He went silent. That was his plan. Manage us. Control us. Rotate us like shifts. I leaned toward the phone. You asked my parents for their blessing, Nathan. You proposed to me on the Ferris wheel. You cried in my kitchen when we talked about our future kids. You let me design an entire wedding binder while you were wearing a wedding ring with someone else's name engraved inside. Elena lifted her hand and showed him the ring. His face drained again. Elena, please, just let me talk to Megan alone. She scoffed. I laughed out loud. Neither of us moved. He tried again, this time with that soft voice he always used when he wanted to manipulate me. Megan, baby, let me explain. Please. I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. He sensed it. His voice sharpened. You're overreacting. I was going to fix this. I just needed. Elena cut in. Fix what? Which marriage? Which fiancé? He raised his voice then, the first sign of his mask cracking. Stop twisting everything. I was trying to figure out the right choice. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I leaned closer to the screen. You weren't trying to figure out anything. You were trying to keep both of us until one of us discovered you. He opened his mouth. I kept going. You weren't choosing between us. You were choosing whichever option gave you more control. He lost patience entirely. You know what? I don't need this drama. I'm done with the both of you. He said it like he was ending things. Like we were the ones begging for him. Like he wasn't the one whose entire double life was collapsing. He hung up. Elena stared at the darkened screen, shaking. Then she tossed her phone onto the couch and buried her face in her hands. I sat there frozen. I didn't cry, didn't scream, didn't collapse. It was like my emotions were trapped behind glass. Elena eventually whispered, "I thought he loved me." I whispered back, "I thought he loved me too." We sat there, two strangers connected by the same betrayal, trying to breathe in a room filled with the ghost of the man who lied to us both. When I finally checked the time, it was almost midnight. I hadn't eaten since breakfast. My mouth felt like dust. Elena offered her couch for the night, but I didn't want to stay in the space Nathan used to invade her life. So I booked a hotel room nearby. Before I left, Elena hugged me. I didn't expect it. But it wasn't awkward, it was the kind of hug shared by two people standing in the same wreckage. She whispered, "Thank you for picking up my call." I don't know what I would have done alone. I whispered back, "Me neither." Then we exchanged numbers, not because we wanted to talk about Nathan again, but because something told me we'd need each other in the days ahead. When I got to my hotel, I looked in the mirror expecting to see someone broken. But instead, I saw someone who survived a truth that could shatter anyone. My phone lit up with a text from an unknown number. "Of course. Nathan again. We need to meet. There are things you don't understand." Then another. "You owe me that." Owe him? I turned my phone off. Then I cried until exhaustion took me under. I woke up the next morning feeling like someone had taken my chest apart and put it back together wrong. Every breath felt crooked. I barely recognized the ceiling above me, the hotel's old textured plaster, the outdated brass light fixture. For a moment I forgot where I was. Then it all crashed back. Nathan. The marriage certificate. Elena's shaking voice. His face on the screen when he realized the lies were over. I sat up slowly, staring at the crumpled comforter, and for the first time since everything fell apart, I felt something sharper than heartache. Anger. Not just anger, clarity. I was done being confused. Done being blindsided. Done being lied to. After a shower that didn't help as much as I hoped, I ordered black coffee and oatmeal from room service. I couldn't taste any of it. My phone was still off. I turned it on only because I needed to text my best friend Tara. She'd think I went missing otherwise. As soon as the phone powered up, the notifications flooded in again. 27 texts from Nathan. 14 missed calls. 5 emails. 3 voicemails. And 1 message from his mother. But I scrolled right past all of it and texted Tara. "Me. I need you. Emergency. Call me." She called in seconds. She didn't even say hello. "Where are you?" she said, voice sharp with concern. I tried to start from the beginning, but the words tangled in my throat. Finally, I managed. "He's married. To someone else." Silence. Then Tara said, "I'm coming to you right now. Send me the address." I did. She arrived in less than 2 hours, hair in a messy bun, sunglasses on, carrying 2 iced coffees, and a look like she was ready to burn down the entire West Coast. The moment she saw my face, her expression softened, and she hugged me hard enough to crack ribs. I felt my body finally release all the tension I'd been holding since Elena's first phone call. She said she was sorry a dozen times. Then she asked to see the proof. I handed her my phone and scrolled through the photos, the certificate, the screenshots, everything. Her jaw dropped. "He married her in Mexico. While he was still with you." "Oh my Megan, this is psychotic." I nodded. I didn't have more tears left. Then she asked the question I'd been avoiding. "What do you want to do next?" I didn't know. Part of me wanted to confront him in person. Part of me never wanted to see him again. Part of me wanted to call his mother and destroy the fantasy she had of her perfect son. Part of me wanted to fly home and pretend none of this ever happened. But mostly, I wanted the truth in writing. Something undeniable. Something I could hold. So I texted Nathan. Send me copies of the documents from Mexico. All of them. He replied instantly. Meet me and I will. I ignored that. Then another text. I need to talk to you face to face. I ignored that too. Then, you're not being fair. Fair. Right. So I finally responded. Send the documents. If you don't, I'll get them myself. 5 minutes later, he sent a PDF of the Mexican marriage license. Not a screenshot. The original file. His full name. Elena's full name. The date. The resort. The officiant's signature. Everything. Tara and I stared at it in disbelief. Then he sent another message. Please don't go public with this. We can still fix everything. Fix? Tara grabbed the phone from my hand and typed. Do not contact her again. Then she blocked his number. I didn't stop her. After that, she took my laptop and helped me look up an attorney who specialized in international marriage cases and fraud. I didn't know what I would do with that information yet, but having it gave me back a tiny sliver of control. Around 2 p.m., Elena texted. Are you okay? He's been calling me too. I told her Tara was with me. Told her we had the paperwork. Told her I wasn't speaking to him anymore. She responded. Good. You shouldn't. Then she asked something I didn't expect. Do you want to meet again? Tara encouraged it, said I shouldn't be alone and that Elena understood the betrayal in a way no one else could. So we agreed to meet at a cafe halfway between us. When we walked in, Elena was already seated in the corner, holding a hot drink with both hands like she was trying to warm herself from the inside out. She looked exhausted, but determined. She slid a folder across the table. Inside were hotel receipts, photos, their vows, credit card statements, screenshots, flight itineraries, everything. She whispered. You can use any of this. I don't want anything from him. I just want my life back. I nodded. We talked for almost 2 hours. About red flags we ignored. About lies we didn't realize were lies at the time. About the way Nathan always presented himself as the calm, collected, gentle hero, when in reality, he was a master liar playing 2 lives like a twisted juggling act. Elena admitted something I didn't expect. I'm scared he'll show up. I told her Tara and I would walk her home. And we did. When we got to her building, her hands were shaking again. She thanked us and hurried inside. On the ride back to my hotel, Tara said, We need to go home tomorrow. I agreed. There was nothing left for me in San Diego except a hotel room full of heartbreak. That night, as I was packing my suitcase, my phone lit up again, this time from a number I recognized immediately. Nathan's mother. I almost didn't answer, but I did. And what she said made my blood run cold. When I answered the phone, I expected yelling. Accusations. Denial. But Nathan's mother sounded scared. Megan, she said quietly. Her voice was thin, shaky, nothing like the confident, polished woman I'd known for years. I didn't say anything at first. She took a breath like she was trying not to cry. Nathan told me you ran away. Is that true? Ran away. Of course that's what he said. I finally replied. No. I left because your son married another woman behind my back. Silence. A long, rattling silence. Then she whispered. So it's real. That made me pause. You didn't know? I asked. Her breath hitched. I had suspicions lately. He's been distant. Secretive. But I didn't know he could. I didn't think he was capable of something like this. She wasn't crying, but I could hear the crack in her voice. Then she said something that made Tara snap her head up at me. He told us Elena was lying. He told us you were unstable. He said you were trying to destroy his life because he didn't want to marry you anymore. My jaw clenched. He was running the same smear campaign with everyone. I said, I have the marriage certificate. I have the photos. I have the proof. Her voice broke completely. Megan, I am so ashamed. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know why he lies the way he does. I don't know how he became this person. I didn't have an answer for her. I wasn't sure anyone did. She begged me to come talk to her in person. I said no. Then she asked, "What are you going to do now?" I told her the truth. "I'm going home. And I'm done with Nathan." She didn't argue. She only said, "If you ever need a place to stay or someone to talk to, please know I'm not defending him. I'm just sorry. So sorry." I didn't have the emotional strength to comfort her. I just said goodbye and hung up. Tara stared at me after the call ended. "His mom seems like she knows the whole truth now." I nodded. "Doesn't change anything." And it didn't. Not the betrayal. Not the humiliation. Not the heartbreak. Not the fact that the future I thought I was building no longer existed. We flew home the next morning. I cried looking out the plane window when the coastline disappeared beneath us, not for Nathan, but for the version of myself who believed him. For the girl who spent nights researching floral arrangements, venues, honeymoon packages, while he was living an entirely different life in another country. When we landed, Tara drove me straight to my parents' house. My mom stepped out onto the porch as soon as she saw the car. She wrapped me in her arms before I even walked up the steps. I broke down all over again. Inside, my dad was already making tea, because apparently that's what he does when life falls apart, hot tea and soft music. We sat together in the living room. I told them everything, from the first phone call to the FaceTime confrontation to the marriage certificate. My dad's hands were shaking. My mom kept saying, "He could have ruined your entire life." Tara sat beside me, rubbing my back, as I cried until nothing came out anymore. That night, I slept in my old bedroom, the one with the faded posters and creaky dresser drawers. And for the first time since this nightmare began, I slept without waking up every hour. Over the next few days, I contacted the attorney Tara had found. I sent him all the documents. He explained my options. Report him for fraud. Report the marriage for investigation. Submit documentation for damages. Provide evidence to immigration and passport authorities if needed. Seek restraining measures if he kept contacting me. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do legally yet, but I wanted my name cleared, my future protected, my peace restored. I blocked Nathan everywhere, including email, including social platforms, including numbers he hadn't even used yet. Elena and I stayed in touch. We texted updates, not about Nathan, but about healing, about moving on, about rediscovering ourselves outside of his lies. At one point she wrote, "I'm not letting him be the story of my life. Neither should you." And she was right. I wasn't. A week later, Nathan tried to contact Tara, begging for her to pass along a message, swearing he was losing everything, saying he never meant for this to happen. She blocked him too. His mother sent me one last text saying he'd moved out of her house as well, that he wasn't speaking to anyone, and that she hoped I was healing. I didn't reply, not out of anger, but because that chapter was closed. Now, I'm rebuilding, piece by piece, day by day. There are still moments when it hits me, the double life, the lies, the wedding photos from Mexico. But there are also moments when I feel strong again. Moments when I remember who I was before him. Moments when I imagine a future that has absolutely nothing to do with Nathan Reyes. And that future feels free. Painful, but free. Because the truth is this: losing someone who is never real is not a loss. It's a release. And now, my life is finally my own again.